WanderingWinder here, playing some Dominion, and I think here we want to get Catacombs Artificer stuff going. We'll go open Potion, and probably Dungeon, get a Rat Catcher, maybe get a Ducat at some point. Beautiful. So we should have like 4 next turn. That'll probably be a Rat Catcher. Okay, so our dungeon missed. It's not the worst thing. I want 1 Rat Catcher here. Okay. You've drawn pretty well. You got your Artificer on turn 3. Okay, so now what are we going to do here? We're going to go with a Ducat, I think, after which we'll get supplies. This is quite a bad shuffle I'm about to trigger. We'll get one of these and another a university. This could be a second Rat Catcher before I go supplies. I think that seems good. The supplies will give me horses at the start of my turn, which is not great for getting more stuff trashed. Although, you know what? Maybe it's just not that important that I do get stuff trashed. If the horses make me reliable, yeah. So here, I'm not going to pig this Catacombs. I'm just going to play it. Look for Ducat or supplies, but most likely pitch just to try to get back to my stuff faster. This game has not really gone very well for me draw-wise. Yeah, I'm like quite a ways behind. Yeah, I think we ought to take this. Just get a couple more supplies, or a university rather, of course, and supplies here. Okay, right, let's get one of each of these things. And, well, I think another supplies. We could think about picking this horse, but I don't think I want to yet. I may do that later. Also, I'm probably not calling the Rat Catcher now. Going to be more apt to do that when I have something better to trash later in the shuffle. I think I'm going to take one more Catacombs and then switch to heavy Artificers. pretty behind though. Okay, let's go for this catacombs. I want to get further into what my deck is doing here. Okay, let's get the artificers. And at this point, I think I want another dungeon to help me be Moss reliable. Is that true? That might not be true. Could just take a couple more sets of supplies. Okay, I mean, here I have to be very conscious that piles are getting kind of low, which actually mean I probably am just not going to bother trashing this estate and just keep more cards in hand with my dungeons and stuff. So the rat catcher's been kind of a bust. I don't think I'm losing this turn, but well, this is a bad shuffle you've just triggered. You don't have any of your universities, maybe one of your catacombs. Your dungeon is in play, so it's not going to be that terrible. You've probably found a number of supplies, but your next turn may not be so hot. So we'll see what you end up doing here. Actually, it might be okay anyway. Oh, and here's the catacombs. You found it. You should probably pitch these almost no matter what they are. I guess maybe not. It's not true. Okay, you have 2 buys. So you have a perfectly fine hand at the start of next turn. Great. What are you going to buy here? Bought an estate, huh? Potion's pretty useless at this point. We're going to get a duchy here and just hope. But if you have another turn like last turn, I really don't know what I was supposed to do here. There were a lot of things that I could have done differently, but I feel like you've just outdrawn me the whole game. So I'm sure I could have played better and, I don't know, maybe won. But you are lowering piles for me, which I don't think is the best idea for you, because I think you're like pretty far ahead in terms of deck quality. So if you don't get the pile out here, it could just be very good for me. Okay. I mean, maybe you do just get the pile out. I don't know. But this is like, if these cards aren't getting you there, you need to be able to get all 3 of these. I mean, I guess if as long as you found your last university, but it's like a little under 50-50 supplies. And then University of Catacombs and then buy a Catacombs? No, you just took a state. Okay, that's a good sign for me. I'm going to try to pile out now. Definitely not calling that. Okay. Playing all the horses first, of course. Okay, so this is all the Catacombs that I need. Obviously going to go for it. Yes. Does University do much for me? I need to be able to gain a supplies, buy a province. I think we want something besides that. Okay, so I should be able to at least tie here, I think. If I gain supplies now, then I can draw it with Artificer. If I gain estate now, let's see, if I gain estate now, draw that with the Artificer, I get a supplies, I draw with Catacombs. Yeah, I think this is the way we want to do it. Yeah, and you lowering piles in that situation is what cost you the game. There's just not a reason to do that. You were ahead in deck. That gave you an out to not get the pile out, in which case that opened up the door for me. If you would have instead just devoted yourself to like getting another, I don't know, maybe you weren't that far ahead, but I still feel like lowering was just increasing the risk beyond what you needed to there. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone.